It's the final 2 games. This is going to be pretty damn interesting. Not gonna lie. And, well, I mean, fortunately, I don't get to sit around and talk about this all by myself. I'm Toby, and I'm joined by Imperium. And, gotta say, Cormac, these 2 games, I mean, the last 2 ones of these people have been stepping up on the kind of aggression thing, I feel like.
Yeah, MilkyWay in particular, even though they were already at a high point in the overall standings, they have overtaken second. But yeah, Four Kings as well. They stepped up today. We've even seen Enviik pull out a strong performance and PKD as well. So yeah,
That's been pretty damn interesting. But of course, I mean, the closer we get to the, I guess you can say the finishing games, the more of a reality the outline becomes for all these teams. When only 1 or 2 games left to play, you can kind of start doing the math. And is it even possible to do this, or how do we manage to do that? And as we can see right now, the leaderboards, right now the cutoff, I mean, 4 Kings are sitting just below it. But I say just below it, still is solid 9-point difference.
yeah, it is. And like Enviik are close by, 4 points behind Four Kings, so they're still in with a chance. But in my opinion, they haven't looked as dangerous as Four Kings have looked today, right? So if, in my opinion, the only team that can really push their way through into the top 10 is Four Kings right now, but I could be wrong over this first circle.
Gotta say, the team that surprised me the most in all of this considering how dominantly they started off, is YMCA. Over the last 2 days, they have not been able to get anything going whatsoever, and that has got to be scary whether they make it through or not.
Like, at the start of today, they were second. They're currently lying 6th.
Exactly.
They've only gained 3 points out of 4 games today.
That is not exactly optimal. I think we can pretty safely say it's not the situation you want to find yourself in at all.
Now, don't get me wrong, they're still pretty secure, but you don't want to leave it in the hands of the other teams for you to secure your spot. You want to make sure you are doing the best that you can, and you are obviously securing the points yourself to get up into these positions.
Yeah, of course. And also we can say now that we get to cast off of the clean feed, which has a bit of a delay, and we're doing this live. If you guys out there have any questions that about what's going on and what we're watching and stuff, do feel free to share. I know there's a lot of the viewers that know a lot, unfortunately, in the chat, but if there's anything that you guys are hungry to know, please do feel free to ask, and we'll pick and choose a few questions to try and highlight. Double. Well, he's hurt Morpheus. Morpheus and Powerful, they went down last game with just 1 point, but and that was pretty much off of losing a player real early. Now Double spots him, and it's the same team again. Keep that in mind. It's eXtatus that have a chance of taking out a Powerful player early on.
But one thing I'd be meaning to ask is Morpheus getting pinched from Hockey and Double, and yeah. And yeah, one thing I'd be meaning to ask, I've kind of noticed you pronounce it eXtatus or
eXtatus. Yeah, I think it's one of those names where you can say it how you want.
Okay. No, it's just, I wasn't sure if you had been told that. See, because you have a bit of a richer history in the PUBG scene, so I kind of wanted to make sure that it was kind of, you know,
eXtatus. It's just a matter of where you put the pronunciation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Pronunciation. It's a matter of where you put the pressure on the word. I don't know.
When a Swedish person. No, sorry. No, not Swedish, Danish. I mean, apologies. Has better English than me.
Good save. Good save. Good
save. Right.
while these guys are getting looted, and you come up with a way to make amends for the big mistake you just made there, Cormac. I'm gonna listen to the chat for a second, and we'll not listen. I'll just see what they wrote. And there's a player asking how this ties up with PL. But before I get to answer that, I will indeed take a look at what Master League is doing. He wants the player to go down real early last game, but now YMCA is going to be the ones trying to hold him and Norky off here.
Yeah, YMCA, we talked about how they've kind of fallen down the tables, fallen down from the points from yesterday, but let's see if they can end today with strong performance. Not before one member gets knocked down from Norcus.
Yeah, Coyote does go down, sample up. Well, Bucky, here we go. Let's get the hell away from here. We thought, as he stopped driving, but I think Coyote came in with a call that, well, he's not committed to the flush just yet. Marcelik with the full-on amazing M16, the best close quarter weapon in the game. Said no one ever. Yep. Ghost Light's going to come up as well, and that's going to be Coyote taken down. I don't think a whole lot more is going to come off of it. But the way that this ties with the other leagues is that we have 3 different, I guess you can say, tiers of leagues going on. We have the Open League, which some of these teams represent. And then we have the Contenders League, which is kind of the in-betweener. And then we have the PEL League, which is the main, the top professional league in it. And this is a relegation set. They have played their phases, and now, well, I mean, 10 spots up for grabs between the teams that did the best in the Open League and the teams that did the worst in Contenders.
Yeah, and as said, the 10 teams will move on to Contenders in Phase 3, and from next week, we are going to have the PEL promo to determine who goes up to the PEL League and who stays in Contenders.
Yep, Stratus gets spotted out there. He's going to go down. Amorous finds himself a kill. And once again, kills coming in early for the Airwaves team. Soldiers, well, he's going to try and get Enoch back up on his feet. Not going to be easy, though.
No, it's not. Who's this facing a bit of damage? I don't know. Is that from eXtatus?
Yeah, knocked while he was vaulting. That's unfortunate. Does go down. And yes, 10 teams will get their way up and into the Contenders. And then the bottom 6 here will be falling short and have to play those spots. And as you said very correctly, next week, starting tomorrow, actually, we'll get to watch the PEL promo. So the same exact thing that we're seeing here, just one step further up, where the best Contenders teams will go up against the bottom PEL teams. And that's only going to be a top 4 that goes through.
Yes, it is. So there's even less spots to play for. Our eXtatus, they get the knockdown on the frag on the Wago, but he's been put down to very low health by the rest of the 3D team.
eXtatus, they're going aggressive on this. I like to see it. I mean, the way they're playing this game, we haven't really talked a whole lot about the circle this time around, but it's I mean, it's clearly working out for them right now.
Well, like, they're doing what kind of YMCA aren't, right? They're taking their spot into their control. They're taking, you know, everything that they can to secure their spot into Contenders in Phase 3. So all credit to them.
We'll see Futbolist get rest back on up. Huth, a very, very crucial player for them to keep alive, I would argue. Very talented player at that as well. Do not want to miss him. And Genso as well. Very, very good with the bold action. We've seen him pop heads off over the last 3 days, and he continues to deliver.
It always impresses me when you just get a headshot with a bolt action. Maybe it's partly because I absolutely suck with the bolt action and I suck in general at PUBG, but either way, it just always impresses me when it's a bolt action in particular, because the reload time and you know, the fire rate is slower, so every single shot counts.
Indeed, it does. Circle Center, everyone's in pretty much. MilkyWay, well, they're coming in from the northeastern side. PKD coming from the southwest. Everyone else have made it in. And for those of you guys who don't know the terrains around here, well, if it's a road, then it's down low. If it's not, then odds are that it's up high.
Now, huge potential. Last crew. This is quickly becoming a 4v2 situation. Alran does spot out one member. Now he's going to look to reposition, but everywhere he turns, everywhere he looks, there's a member of last crew looking for him.
Yeah, I've mentioned this so many times before, how if you're in a 2-2 split middle to late game, and I know this is only phase 2, but if you're in a 2-2 split, you always have to be aware and prepared to make those disengages. And honestly, huge potential. They just didn't get away fast enough.
They did. Now, in fairness, GR Hawk is there, flanked a bit more, but with all these grenades being thrown out by last crew, can't can't help but think, will he be able to survive? For now, Last Crew, they're kind of holding off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is it gonna take for Last Crew to push on forward? I mean, right now they don't want to over-aggress, and they don't know exactly how many players they're up against either. So you don't want to take any too risky chances here. Seems like MJ, they're gonna get themselves eliminated. Ojala naded himself. That's I think Ojala, he had a nade in his hand and he got shot while nading, and then the nade dropped on the ground, and bada bing bada boom, out they go to the lobby. Unfortunately for them, MJ not the type of start they wanted to the second to last game, but they're sitting in 5th right now, so they should be safe nonetheless.
They should be safe indeed, as this battle still rages on in between Last Crew and Huge Potential. You know, the Last Crew, they got a great initial flank around, a great initial kind of 4-man surrounding of Huge Potential, but they haven't really taken advantage of it. I know they might not have had all the intel on how many players of Huge Potential there are, but it harks back to, for me, to the confidence level of being able to take down a full squad if you're a full squad once you have the right position.
Alrain and Enoch both gone down extremely quickly. That's unfortunate. That means that both sides of their 2-2 split is under pressure. Salter is trying to stay up. He does get the rest on in, but... Oh, Nate, unfortunately, not hitting the target.
Close, but no cigar.
Again, again.
Yeah.
Keeps on delivering with the bold action. Huth needs the help as well, because now Enid still alive down there. You can see Huth, he's pretty damn open position-wise. Hawk is by himself over on the right side, and that's not going to make things easy whatsoever. Does spot a foot underneath. How many bullets can you toast tank? Enid throws the nade over underhanded and gets himself the knock guaranteed. Might even be able to get the flush in as well.
But he doesn't want to kind of go too far or too close to getting that frag, because he could get spotted out by the rest of the Futbolist team. So it's definitely going to be a little bit wary for that member of Huge Potential, as Enviik and Simply Simple still fighting against each other. Airwaves in the distance to them.
I think that's the best pedicure that Enot has ever received, because his toes have got to be sharp now. Those bullets, I mean, he was dancing on them for a while there.
Yeah, he was. I'm definitely not that I'm disappointed, but I definitely think Huth could have gotten a couple more of those bullets off on the feet. I know that hit marker isn't the highest for those feet, so I still think a couple of them could have been secure. But look at that circle shift. It did go eastwards. The likes of Enviik, Simply Simple, and PKD are gonna all have to find their way in.
Yeah, and at this point it would make sense to try and rotate around the southern side. I mean, there's a lot of room, and with the race that the circles have been shifting so far, that would be your somewhat go-to. Now Hawk, well, he was quiet for the longest of time, but he has been found now as well, and he's up against 4 hungry Last Crew players. And well, I mean, if Inside Games get a saying, they can get some shots fired over in his direction too.
That's what I was thinking. I'd noticed Inside Games were around that area previously, which is maybe part of the reason why Last Crew are holding off. As a grenade goes through, it does knock 15 health off GR Hawk for now.
I mean, gotta give it to SEEKORG. I don't think they've lived through 10 minutes in the game today. No PM intended, but just stating the stats. I was
gonna say, like, Jesus, you call me sadistic. That's definitely a little bit. But you know what? Facts are facts, right? At the end of the day, like, you don't mean it in the BM way, but it's true. As Hawk are looking for Faye, and he gets knocked down.
Yep, great shots connected. Hawk managing to stay alive. Amber is there to help as well, and Rip now on the other side, trying to push it further forward. Flammy and Robin are coming in to help as well, but it's not going to be an easy push whatsoever. You can see Hawk had the knock on one player from his spot too. Both the Hawks are getting knocks all over the place.
Hawks are finding their prey in this game. Simply Simple do get eliminated in 15th place. We have 14 teams, 50 players alive as we hit the 15-minute mark.
Just a short moment, indeed we will. Circles are closing in. Hawk is trying to stay put. Philo is going to get himself knocked. Solar gets him down. The Countryman from a distance. Rip down here trying to stay put. Now he needs to make that run up eventually, but every time he peeks over the top, he's getting shot at by multiple angles.
Yeah, he is. He's really pinched right now. The rest of his team can't really help him for the time being. However, Hawkey's looking for Flammy. The blue zone is driving in as he's going around it. He's going to get the knockdown and secure the frag for his team.
Great performance by Hawks. Dovnik go on the other side to secure the kill on towards Rib as well. Very well needed for them. The circle, as you can see, is pushing on in and they need to get going. Not that it does that much damage now, but as we can see here, other teams are starting to position themselves and set themselves up for potential fights to come. And you don't want to have to fight teams that are already kind of locked down in their spots.
Exactly, that is dead right. Airwaves are going to have a tough time. PKD are going down towards the south. Not quite to the east as maybe they should have, but now they're going to have to. 3D Max outside the zone. SEEKORG are outside the zone. YMCA are outside the circle.
Yep, Futbolist sitting dead center in this one. And, well, I mean, if the circles keep going their way, they're going to be happy campers because there's nothing around them but open fields, and that's going to make it somewhat easy for them to get kills in the directions. Now, Diggory does manage to find the damage that needed over towards Hawk, get the knock-in towards him, and, well, I mean, Diggory got himself a 1k damage game last game, and, well, it seems like he's slowly starting to get going again here.
Yeah, because he had a fantastic first day where he topped the tables in kills, knocks, and damage, so he's looking to get back on top of that mountain right now, as the mountain is being held on by eXtatus, but they are looking to drive away from PKD.
Yeah, seems like they didn't want to take the fight here. They had the angle on towards Marcus, then whenever the opponents pushed up, they were like, you know what, we have the compound as well. Why not just use the hard cover? There's no reason to take it open hill fight, and I like the ability to disengage. It's so crucial, such an essential part of being a good PUBG team, and eXtatus, they sure pulled it off right there.
Now that does actually help PKD, and it does hurt 3D Max, because now PKD can turn their attention onto 3D Max's Noki.
Oh, these nades, they're gonna take him out. PKD, though, they do lose Marco, so a little bit of a casualty coming in return of all of it, but great nades thrown forward and good points guaranteed for a team that is trying to still solidify their spot. PKD, what are they in 10th right now, and well, with every point they get, they just secure that spot even more.
100% as Inside Game 2 are in 13th. They're looking for every single point. They're still a 4-man team. They're inside the circle. They have Powerful around them. They also have Airwaves looking for them right now, who are looking to take down SEEKORG.
Yep, SEEKORG under tons of pressure, but the circle is pushing everyone further forward. And as you can see, here's the Dovnik. I mean, that's a huge downhill push, and he knows that as soon as he gets into a vehicle, it's not going to be an easy push for him at all.
He's got to look to pick up a Milky. He's got to try and heal himself up, or is he just going to shoot until he goes out of health? Is that a little bit too late?
No, he got it. Should be all right.
Okay.
Philo gonna go down to the blue. That means Fishy out and SEEKORG once more out in double-digit placement. Unfortunately, not placement points, but placement numbers. MilkyWay out early as well, but with 2 good games previously and good games yesterday as well, that should be enough to secure them their spot with 1 more game to go. And, well, I mean, things are getting heated up here as everyone's coming closer to one another.
Yeah, Last Crew have a great compound inside circle.
Yeah.
YMCA are close by them. Inside Games are also there. Airwaves, they have to move in. So I'm going to be interested as to how they respond to Dovnik is still inside. Okay, no, as I say that, they get eliminated. Wow.
Dovnik was still inside, but he is found and taken down, and well, I mean, the center of the circle right now is pretty damn open. And if this one, we've seen a lot of center circles so far today. If this one does go in that direction too, it's going to make things hard. Enot, well, he found himself a knock onto Pixel, and a few magazines later, he's going to find the flush there as well. Salters and him have been by themselves for a little while now, and, well, it's not been easy, but at least they're still alive.
Okay, there's... Oh, wow!
That is
okay,
open.
That's not really a hard shift. That's quite central,
but it's open.
It is open, exactly. Footballers are pretty much dead in the center, right? Huge potential are split up. And most of the teams are actually outside of it.
This is going to be a hard area to play from for all the guys trying to make their way on through, that's for sure. 4 Kings on the southern side make it play from down there, but they pretty much either have to take the fight to Futbolist or push all the way around the east side.
Yeah, the 3 remaining members are powerful.
Prone up full?
Yeah, they're prone. They have protection on the vehicles. You know, one's gotta think, do they wait? Do they wait to push on through? Do they wait until a couple of players around them get taken out and then they can pull in that play? Or do they just try to make their own way through on their own?
I'm not sure exactly what the plan is going to be here, but the fact that they're already prone on vehicles in Circle 5 clearly shows us that this is indeed not an ending that they were hoping to get, because Powerful is a team that likes to stand up, take charge, and start pushing people, and from this position, they just can't do anything.
No, they can't. Now, their Yanis does get knocked down by eXtatus. Azrael does get fragged out. So even though PKD having a decent game so far, eXtatus are having an even better game.
Get away from me, I'm trying to get the kills here. Cateran won't get him in the end. It's gonna be Reggie to finish up the final player in eXtatus. Off of a not bad day yesterday, but a little more quiet day yesterday. Have had now a second place a win, and they're looking to do good once again.
Yeah, fragging out right now as last crew. There are 4 kills for now. They're looking to add to that total against YMCA. They do, and they get the squad elimination.
Yep. YMCA yet another game. At least this time around they got some placement points with it, but not a whole lot more going in their favor. Moke has been found on the rock, both Norky and the guys uphill on eXtatus. They know that they're down there, but they escape from here. Is it possible? I'm not sure.
Well, see, this is what I was talking about. I know they're facing pressure, but Powerful just waited. They waited for a couple of players around them to get taken out, most notably YMCA. Now they're back up on their feet. Now they're looking for the shots on the last crew, as one member does get knocked down, another member gets fragged out. Last crew finding themselves in a tough situation.
And inside games, they're starting to frag out now, but they need to continue to do so and then get some more with it, because as you can see, if you look at the scoreboards, I mean, they're sitting at 52 points right now. They have a long way up, a solid 16-point gap to try and qualify for phase 3.
It's actually more. It's actually 26 points. They're on 52. No, sorry, 16 points. My apologies. Sorry for questioning it right now. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Forget what I just said. eXtatus now looking to find shots onto last crew.
Slowly and steadily, inside games from a distance, try to scope themselves in and pinpoint exactly the distance needed, and they're zeroing, if that's what they use needed, to get the kills on the other side. It's not going to be easy, but it is indeed doable. Reggie gets finished off. Marcelik knocked now as well.
Yeah, this is like Powerful. They're doing their best. Yes, they're inside the circle, but that open field is just not helping them.
Sempik has 30 bullets left, and he has an M4 on the other side. So he has, I mean, this is all the ammo that he has for the rest of the game, unless if he gets some from a teammate.
I was just gonna say, can he get some from his teammate? Last crew do get eliminated by eXtatus. Not surprised they lasted as long as they could, to be honest.
They were out in the open for a long time, and fortunately for them, they got themselves into placement points and a couple of kills. Actually, a pretty decent amount of kills with it this game.
Definitely. Now eXtatus there have to try and make their way into the circle. They've got to try to essentially cross the road, and when they do cross the road, there's going to be a wise team called Futbolist waiting in those buildings.
A huge potential, he knows as well. He's been alive for a while. Now he hears the vehicle. He's going to spot the head of Enviik as well. He's busy looting, and that's going to get him knocked and flushed immediately. We did talk about him needing ammo, but unfortunately it became his death. And no, Enid caught with a weapon in hand. I was going to say, but it was a flashbang, and that's not the way you want to get taken out.
Oh no, he was changing gun. Oh, feels bad, man.
Swaps over to the flashbang, and it gets him killed.
Feels bad, man. But either way, at least Enviik doesn't have to worry about needing ammo.
That is true. He doesn't need to shoot when he's not alive. That is a good quote right there. eXtatus, well, they get themselves a 6th place, so once again in placement points. They should be satisfied with that. Tough position for them to push through, and Saltus single-handedly with 1 bullet left to use holds off inside games. Wow.
Oh man, I guarantee you the hairs rose on the back of his neck as Inside Games flushed on through. That was a clutch play that puts Salters on the high end and adds to huge potential's kill points and help them in their overall standings.
Powerful were proning in phase 3 on vehicles.
Yep.
And they're still alive somehow with 6 kills and a top 4 placement.
Yeah,
and it's Ghost Star again.
Yeah, and at one point they were standing up. 2 members got taken out, and
Yeah.
in among the fury, the flurry of shots, the flurry of kills, he was able to prone himself down and keep himself alive. So credit where credit is due, putting his team into the top 4, huge potential, 4 kings, and of course, Futbolist. It's 3v4, v1v1.
Such an important game for 4Kings to win here. They're sitting in 11th right now with a chance to push up. PKD, they did manage to get a few kills with them. So 4Kings, they need to have a hell of a good finish off to this one if they want to manage to go into the final game already in, and then I say just, but having to keep themselves in it rather than try and make their way in.
Like, that's a really tough circle for them, right? Because Futbolists are on the edge of it. They're on the edge of it, but it's inside compound.
They need to make sure that the guys inside the compound don't get to go anywhere.
Exactly.
Nate blew off outside somehow. Salters is not dead yet. I think Salters has eaten like 16 nades this game and he's not dead yet.
Nope. He's indestructible.
They just threw 6 nades and didn't kill him.
Maybe he's like maybe he's a cat with 9 lives.
Could be, because that was a whole hell of a lot of utility used on not getting a kill on a guy on a shack.
Now, what I am kind of surprised is Futbolists haven't been a little bit more aggressive, because if all they have to do is for 1 or 2 players to really step forward, they'd have clear shots on the 4 kings.
Yeah, the thing is, every single time they peek out, they have Ghost Star shooting over towards him. You can see he's doing the exact same thing in the backside. And now, finally, after 19 nades and I don't know how many bullets fired, the kill does finally come in. And that's going to be the end of him. So Ghost Star securing a top 3 placement at least. But as we can see, Genso now pushing out towards him. That's going to be damage done. It's going to get it applied. Ooh, does he spot him? Yes, he does. But Ghost Star turns around and immediately headshots Genso. That's a great knock coming in from him.
There's a reason why Ghost Star is one of the top fraggers, one of the best players right now in the PEL promo phase, looking to be this one-man show, but he gets put down to 13 health.
Yeah, the main thing for him right now is sure he's inside the circle. He's glad that he got the shift, but he has no smokes, no nothing. And once he is forced to get up on his feet, well, that run ain't gonna be easy. Fortunate for him, though, 4Kings will have to deal with Futbolists before they can turn their attention to him. So he has the decision. I mean, he has a chance. Unless if they start nading over the rich, which he can't do a whole lot about, he has the safety and pretty much getting a guaranteed top 2 placement if he just hides it out until this fight is over.
Pretty much. On a side note, Futbolists have actually only got 1 kill this game so far, from my recollection.
And only 2 kills for 4Kings as well.
Yeah, so kind of Futbolists, top 3, but they really need to put the kills on top of that to really take full advantage of that position.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're sitting in 14th right now, and they need as many points as they could possibly get. I mean, and Powerful, they got points already, and if you look at PKD, they got a lot of kills, or a decent amount of kills in that game as well, and you can see they're just waiting for them to come out. I'm surprised that no one's committing to go up and hold the angle, but they're all worried that Ghost Dies over on the other side. Now the push is gonna come in. Mockingjay does get spotted out. A headshot comes in, and we know these circles are doing so much damage. Mocking prones down. He does get many, but he's gonna get taken down in return. Ghost Star on the side, flushes one. Sneaky Snake steals the kill.
That Groza is doing extreme work now. It's down to 3v1 Ghost Star. He's just getting angled on. Yep. Yeah, speaks for itself, right?
Yeah, not a whole lot more to it. Jumps out, got jump scared a little maybe by Hickey down there. 4Kings, well-needed win for them, and great finish after the game as well. And we got to keep in mind, look at this right there. I mean, Morpheus, first player to be taken down in the game overall. Last game was Marcelik, who went down earlier, but this time around, well, despite losing a player real early, Ghost Star still managed to sneak his way into 2nd place and get killed. I say sneak his way, he was shooting all the time, so he was doing anything but sneaking. But
like, Powerful just played it so calculated when there was 3 people left, and when they were out in the open, it was really wisely done.
Oh, and one of the things is as well, I mean, considering how that there were 3 from the very start, had they been 4 there, they might not have been able to fit all the players. They might not have been able to. Sometimes having that a little space extra to worry about, a little more room to wiggle around, can be beneficial. Flammy tried to pre-fire the angle, but so did the Airwaves player pushing around the side. Hulk, I believe it was. Great game coming in. Just overall, I mean, when we can look at this, I mean, sure, you get some clustered moments sometimes. You're like, what the hell is going on? But overall, when the level here is as high as it is, and you can have, I mean, when you consider the fact that there's 2 leagues above this, it's just, that's insane to me. So impressive to see.
It is, and that's the thing. Like everything we let's say kind of talk about in terms of giving feedback, giving maybe a different perspective. Like at the end of the day, all we can do is still hugely respect these players, hugely respect these teams. And the fact that they've put in so much work to get to this level, to get to this stage.
That's the thing, right? Because they played the entirety of the Open League, or the Contenders for that sake. And for the guys that were in the Open, of course, they have not more to play for, because in the end the result is the same. But for the Contenders teams, they've been there once, so they want to get back up there. But for the Open League guys that have not been up there before, I mean, we can look at Open League teams from last phase. Did Ghostar shoot Master League? I think he did there. We can look at the Open League teams from last game. I mean, PG-18 teams like that are now in Berlin waiting to play for potential shot at going to PEL for Phase 3, right? So there's no saying in what this could lead into.
God no. That was my moment of this game right now. Zoltar's just like, oof, and still managed to be calm, cool, collected to get those frags.
Impressive to say the least, especially considering how chaotic this game was. And then Ghostar, I mean, he got himself, I believe, 6 kills this game, and he was just stealing them all over the place. Grishka making use of the Grocer, that is arguably one of the less favorite weapons of crate choices. 3 teams with 0 points, simple one of them, and if that doesn't count them out, then I think it's something close to it. They will need a hell of a performance in the final one, because right now they're 31 points out. That's
them. They cannot go through in my eyes. Enviik are still within a chance, but either way, look at this: 14 points for 4 Kings and 14 points for Powerful.
Yep, despite the fact that they were in a rough position from the start, at least as far as their play style goes, they're still able to take some sort of control despite being shot at from all angles. Xenix and Astrolovac, well, they were doing a lot of damage, but they didn't get the kills with it that they would have wanted. They were sitting there from a far distance, tapping away at the people who were on the other side. Mainly, I believe it was Powerful and eXtatus, and they were just not able to ring in the kills.
Yeah, and you can see just how kind of extended the kills were. The highest by one individual person was 4.
Yeah, very impressive game. But as we see through the last couple of stats here, we'll take a break, guys. There's going to be one more game left to play, and you see the leaderboard right here. Top 10 will make it through, and oh my god, PKD and 4 Kings, they're tied right now, so things are going to get super close, guys. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.